Welcome back to my channel here at Trades2G. My name is Sammy. Today we're going to chart Rich Tech Robotics, ticker RR. Before I go ahead and chart, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and join the Discord. Folks, Rich Tech is absolutely parabolic. We had a 12%, 13% day, close to 13% day. And all I see is reversal to the upside. Like, literally, we had this bearish candle here that was for a couple days. And then we flip the reversal, and thus we find a continuation to the bull side. And one thing I want to know, especially on the weeklies, if you turn on your EMAs and SMAs, look what the chart is telling you. Okay, once price was consolidating for quite some time, once we found bounces off the 5 EMA on the weekly, this thing just started taking off. And let's take a closer look. You notice how this candle structure found the support bounce here, and then again roughly around here. Let's go on zoom in closer to the days. Again, now obviously with timelines it's gonna consolidate, but here we have the 10 EMA acting as support. Obviously we ride the 5, and on the daily you can see that now the 20 EMA and the 20 SMA on the daily was acting as support. So in terms of the trend right now, we are seeing that this price action likes to respect the 20 EMA as the absolute bottom. Obviously higher timelines adds higher reliability, but for the sake of this conversation, we're going to solely focus on the 20 EMA. Okay, obviously we had a ripper 2 days. It's supported on the 10 EMA, but this ticker right now is finding life, and I mean life to the point where I got this bearish harmonic alt-bat harmonic completion at the 556, and it's a clean one too. It's a clean one. Okay, I've been talking about this ticker ever since one of my Discord members discovered. I think it was Gibbs. I'm not sure. It might be off, but shout out to Gibbs in my Discord. This was like a couple weeks ago too. It was like 3 weeks ago or a month ago. But now this thing has my attention. I like to trade the trend. I like to trade strong stocks to the upside. RSI is above the center line. The MACD is well underneath the center line on the MACD, unless you got the histogram bar completely now engulfing. And of course the positive DI. I love my positive DI with the ADX also curling up. Another thing is your delta bullishness is overbeating the bears by a lot, a huge margin, excuse me. So if you look at the weekly now, let's turn on the weekly. Notice what candle price action is respecting. All right, I have a bunch of golden pocket Fibonacci levels here, but the solid one is my micro Fibonacci level. Okay, 0.65, $3.23. You notice how price action respected the 6.65 micro level, $3.23. Okay, we barely almost touched the macro, excuse me, 0.65. These are the dotted lines. Macro 0.65 at $1.36, which is great. Now, in terms of retracement, well, what are we going to see is following, at least trying to find a bounce at this 20 EMA. I really want to get involved in this ticker, but I'm not buying at 12% highs. Okay, I'm going to wait for the retracement. So if we notice candle structure here, we see that we found support at the 0.618 around the 298. I would want to see that 298 come back down, retest it, and then obviously adding confluence, riding along with this 10 EMA, also slapping the 618 as if we retrace tomorrow or next week. That is a support zone I am looking at. So I'm waiting for this thing to come back down to $3. If it doesn't, that's fine. We'll look for new layers. I'm gonna obviously follow up my Discord as time goes on. I'm gonna keep up the Discord with RR. And if you guys also like this stock, I'm gonna keep tabs on this because I'm gonna be buying at support, not resistance. I'm buying at support. If I can buy it down here, great. But I'm not buying up here. I am not buying up here. Okay, so I'm going to keep tabs on this ticker. I absolutely love this ticker. I have no idea fundamentally what they do, but this chart is screaming bullish. Okay, very, very bullish. I see trends. I trade trends, okay? So, another thing to note, one can argue you are seeing a little bit of bearish divergence here, a little one. Nothing crazy, but I do see bearish divergence here. You got this candle right here, you got the wick, and then you got the shadow wick on the bottom. So in terms of the 3-day candle, it does show a little bit of divergences here, which is not bad. But again, the strength of this trend is not a lie, okay? It's not lying. So with that being said, thank you so much. This was a quick TA regarding this ticker. I wanted to show you guys what I see as a day trader. I'm gonna buy at support, not I'm gonna buy at support, yep, and not at resistance, which we are right now. So I'm gonna keep an eye on these Fibonacci levels, especially around the $3 range. If we were to pull back, and if we break below that, I also see something on the daily 287, which adds confluence. Look at the candle structure here. Great thing I'm double checking this now because I was going to do this a little bit later on the day. But look at this 5 EMA, and look at this fair value gap, and look at this respectful zone. We had a touch here. We have closure body here, and then we also have a touch here. So 286 is a very, very key support area, which I am going to be looking at. And riding along that, you also got the 20 and the 20 EMA and SMA. But anyway, thank you so much, folks. This ticker is really good. Thank you so much, folks. Cheers. Follow Discord, like the video, and have a solid day.